I just want to share a little bit about Zoom because during this pandemic, most of us have been on Zoom meetings, and we have learned quite a lot about Zoom. And several times I've been asked to be a moderator. That means I take in charge of running the Zoom meeting. And so as work, if you go to a meeting at work, you are not expected to come while eating in that meeting. So it's a meeting, that's what it is. So some of these Zoom etiquettes, some of the things that as a moderator, you expect everybody by now to have known what they're supposed to do. For example, if you came in a meeting and obviously you have been working and you really need to have a snack, I would suggest if you turn off your camera. That one will help a lot of people not get distracted. If you have to talk to the members of your family, I would also suggest you turn off your camera and don't get easily distracted. You're turning around and miming to something. It doesn't look very nice. Something else which is very, very important is whenever you are in a Zoom meeting, I have been asked several times if I could have a plain background instead of having books on my back here. But my wall is completely blue. And sometimes I decide this back wall behind me with the books is quite plain, so you will not be distracted by it. But if I have to use a filter, that filter has got to be a filter that is respectful, especially if you know the meeting that you're in is not a meeting for your friends and your family. It has to be a bit respectful, having a filter or a back screen that is quite respectful. So some of these are the etiquettes that people need to follow on Zoom. I don't find it really hard. It's not tricky. Well, sometimes you need to have a drink because as a moderator, I might be doing a Zoom meeting that lasting for 2 hours. I might want to have a drink. And so I come with my drink and I will drink during the meeting and I will put it back away from myself. I'm not going to let it stay here. Otherwise, this is a distraction. You can't see me very well if I'm getting easily distracted by my drink. Being a moderator, there's several things you can do. You can mute people. So you have a button right at the bottom of the screen where you can mute everybody, all the participants. And if one of the participants is not adhering to the rules of the Zoom, you are also allowed and you have all the rights to stop that participants being on Zoom. And I find that really, really tricky because at the beginning of the Zoom meeting, we always go through what they call the housekeeping rules, and you say to people, please make sure that you're following these rules, you're muting yourself, and if you have to talk, you can either digitally raise your hand or physically raise your hand if you want to say something. I find it quite destructive when people are joining the Zoom and they don't mute themselves. They have to be asked to mute themselves. It's not very nice. Finally, if you have to join Zoom on your phone, it's always good to be sat or stood in one place. I also find it really distracting when people start moving up and down. You are showing us where you're going. That's not very nice as well. Sadly, I've seen someone who has gone to the toilet and they are on Zoom and they flush the toilet. That is not a very good thing to do. I would suggest if you really have to go to the toilet, turn off your camera. Please don't let us know or see where you're going. It's not important for us to know. It's your business. So some of these etiquettes, they are things that have come to teach us what it is all about Zoom and meetings and having a bit of decency. So as a moderator, you can actually stop participants if they're not adhering to the rules, which I find it really tricky, but it's true, you can do that. But if we follow the rules easily, the meetings goes very, very smoothly. And yeah, there we go. Zoom becomes something enjoyable for people to do because you can actually be like this. You can have a top and you have a shabby bottoms, you don't have to wear very posh clothes to come onto Zoom. Yeah, so that's I think it was a good idea for me to be asked to share things about Zoom, and this is what I want to be doing in the next few days and months to come, hosting Zooms. But I really think it's a good idea for people to adhere to the rules. So this is just a small video for that. Please go and subscribe to Eunice and Joseph Kuala. On this channel, we'll be bringing you more and more videos. We do song videos, but we can do other videos. We can do interviews. We can do just a normal video like this one. Please go like and subscribe to us. A new song is coming very soon. I'm so excited. Let us keep in touch. Please go and subscribe to us. Thank you.